Ball out. Ball out.
Bow, bow. Bow, bow.
Ball out.
Bow,
Ball out.
bow. All we do is bow.
Ball out.
Bow, bow, bow.
Ball out. Ball out.
Ball out.
Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Dropping by the mall out. Come deliver mail on y'all route. Show them what it's all about. Just get called out. Fall out. Me and my clique, we don't fall out. Me and my chick, we don't fall out. We minding our business, keep y'all out. Break up, get up quick, then we hit licks till it's all out. I hate my job, I'ma call out. Boss on myself, child out. I'm a recruiter, a high percentage shooters. Gotta keep rifles and Rugers. Some people just trifling and losers. Watch for the jackers at night, they be cruising. I can put together. A.R. Kinston Yetta. My hitters be tougher than leather. Can't nobody do it better. Glock 9 with the F in. Step in with my best friend. Best friend Smith and West End. If you miss 6, still catch 10. Ball out. Stall out. Pulling up outside the y'all house. Empty till we all out. I got the juice and I'm crazy. If you not a killer, don't say. Hit squad ain't nothing to play with. Undertaker and a grave dig. Best man like Tate Diggs. When you in the paint, gotta play big. Hitters ignorant like cavemen. Went from good fellas to made men. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Shout out, ball out, get called out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out.
Happy Valentine's Day, Boss Cowboy Sports. Happy Valentine's Day. Show OC and Boss Cowboys some love. We're going somewhere with this, Boss Cowboy. You
breaking the cardinal rule.
No. Listen. Today, the people go show us love. It's Valentine's Day. And so they go show us love, give us some extra support, right? Also, tune into the show because if you're in Dallas, I know you probably snowed in. So we got the best information popping for you with the draft, with the Cowboys, and what we think about upcoming free agents and also the current market. So look, you go show us a lot of love. You go like, share, and subscribe, Boss Cowboy. Also on YouTube, like, share, subscribe. Facebook, like, share, subscribe. And also you can support us early on the Cash App, okay, as we grow the show and continue to bring you what you need. Boss Cowboy, how you feeling?
What's going on, man? You know, my boy Joe
That's where I was going with
from
all that.
Italy. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. You know,
Joe, what's up, man?
He said, "What's up, Boss Cowboy? Love the show, the music. Yeah, we gonna turn it up for you real quick and turn it back down." Yeah, appreciate that, Joe, man. We just having fun. So obviously, you know, good day to talk some Cowboys. My boy Geechee say BCS family, and we definitely finna get you in. I didn't see that you was looking for the link into right now. So we go kind of kick off the topics, and then I'm gonna get you in the show, and then we go all rock. You know how we do. OC.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my boy Richard say, boss. He say, what's good? And you got my boy OC in the building. Y'all make sure y'all show him some love too. What's up, Richard, man? Hope everybody's doing good. And then we go kick it off just real quick with my boy Day Games. You know, he said, man, we need to sign Dak ASAP. You know, we go talk a little bit about Dak today, but what's your thoughts on that, OC?
Yeah, I mean, listen, here we go. We got March 9th. We got the deadline approaching where they either sign Dak Prescott or they're going to have to franchise tag him. Right now, without Dak being unsigned, you have absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. All right. And so if either you're going to sign this guy and you're going to franchise tag him, we're going to get into a lot of this a little bit later. But right now, I don't think they're going to make it, Boss Cowboy. I don't think they're going to make it. I don't think the deal gets done before they end up tagging Dak Prescott again. And I'm going to tell you why in a little bit.
I mean, we probably want to know right now. And for some reason, it's like the OC is right on your chin. I don't know what's going on. But that OC is like right on your chin. The boys want to see your chest, man. You've been doing push-ups. Oh, now you got all that. Come on, man. You can, come on now. We watching the whole thing. No, it's all good.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah, man, it's a lot going on with Dak. Man, it's just weird, man. I mean, you heard any rumors? Because I heard some rumors, but I'm trying to first let you get everything out.
No, see, you're always trying to set me up and make me shoot my gun first, and then you like to lay in a cut, right? And then bring yours up later. I see how you do, Boss Cowboy. That's
man.
Cool.
You know, that's fair though, bro. Because listen, it's usually, 2 and 3 versus me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm letting you get all your bullets out, and then after you get your bullets out, then I'll go ahead and shoot you down.
So look at here, man. Mike Fisher, somebody who actually shares content off the show and someone we respect, believes that the Cowboys will use the franchise tag on Dak Prescott. I personally believe that Mike Fisher is absolutely correct. I don't see Dak Prescott's side conceding. And this is what we've seen the last several years. And also the hiring of Tom Condon by a new sports agency, where he was actually a free agent, right? He just found a new sports agency to represent his clients underneath that shell. And so he has some proven ground. And Mike Fisher actually alluded to this on 101.57 The Fan, 0.3, The Fan. And listen, I really think that Dak Prescott is in a position to where he wants a short-term deal. Right? Everybody says that, well, they've offered something to Dak, right? And we have, like, as we said before, Boss Cowboy, company man talk, right? They offered him something. He didn't take it. Well, market value and also value in terms of the ability to get back into the open market. I don't see Dak Prescott in his side conceding at all. I don't see them conceding. And so because they're not going to concede and the Cowboys don't want to concede, they want to hold on for leverage sake, I believe this deal does not get done. And we talked about this even last year, Boss Cowboy, last year, before they franchise tagged him. Last year I said, look, Boss Cowboy, they're not going to make it. And you told me last year, Boss Cowboy, you said, oh no, they're going to make it. They're going to get the deal done. And I said, oh no, Boss Cowboy, I don't believe it, Boss Cowboy. And you remember having that conversation. I'm telling you again, second year in a row, boss, second year in a row.
Yeah.
They do not make it, boss. They're not going to sign him in time. They got a franchise tag demand.
Man.
And it's bad for business, okay? Let me just make that clear. It's real bad for business. But I'm going to tell you, listen, the Cowboys are putting themselves in a precarious situation. And now, boss, after you go ahead and shoot a couple shots, I'm going to put my GM hat on. I'm going to put my GM hat on, and I'm going to say what I think the Cowboys should do.
I mean, go ahead, man. Listen, I told you I'm letting y'all get it all out today. And when Geechee get in the show, it's going to be the same thing. I'm letting everybody get it out. And real quick, I want to give a quick shout out to my guy, E. Kush. Hey, and he's part of the BCS family now. I just want to let that be known. Y'all gonna be hearing from my boy E. Kush real soon. I see my boy Nick Adams in the building. Carter High, sprinter, athlete, killer. So yeah, I see you in the building, brother. Always good to see you, man. And so we gonna talk about a lot of stuff, but go ahead and get it out, get it all out, and then after you get it out, then get it out, bro. Get it out.
I'm sandbagging.
No, listen, man, don't sandbag.
I'm sandbagging. No, listen, guys. I mean, here's the whole deal about this. People say, I've heard, privately within private channels that, we talk on, that I'm not going to fully disclose who said what. I've heard people say things like clickbait and things like that. And yeah, that there's some truth to that. But here's the deal, man. Dak Prescott wants a 3 to 4 year deal. We know that from all the rumblings in media, okay? And the Cowboys want a longer term deal. Dak Prescott's side is not going to concede to a longer term deal. He wants the ability to get back in the open market, which leaves the Cowboys in a position to where they have to franchise tag him. They franchise tag him. Dak Prescott, in my opinion, will go ahead and consent to playing underneath this tag this year because he's a team guy, and ultimately he's going to make, in a neighborhood of $38 million, right? Either way it goes, right? So here's the whole deal with this. If he does do that, and I've said this before, this is not the first time, Boss Cowboy, I've mentioned this, okay? Dak Prescott is going to hit the free agent market, and it is going to be overwhelming money thrown at Dak Prescott, and it's going to make it extremely
Man,
difficult.
you going into super doom and gloom?
I'm telling you the truth. I'm saying if the Cowboys don't sign Dak Prescott soon, they got to tag him. And we still got more time after the tag, okay? This is not doom and gloom. This is just a reality check, okay? Because I'm not going to be positive for no reason, Boss Cowboy. That's the whole problem. And so some
Man,
people
you not finna be positive.
for no reason. I need proof to be positive. I need proof to be positive. Don't tell me to be positive, and when you ain't giving me no proof, and I've seen the track
Man, you got a lot
record
of bass in your
2 years.
chest while you saying all this too.
That's what it is. Base it is, bro. Because I'm telling you, man, this has been a whole malarkey fiasco, man, for years, man. And so I'm almost getting to the point where it's kind of like I'm just sick of it, man.
I don't like your
really
attitude.
Well, then don't like it. Send me to the principal's office. I don't care. I'm suspended. But I'm telling you, man, this has just been foolish. And if it's been foolish to me, imagine how Dak Prescott and his camps feel about this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Pay the man. Because if you don't, man, look, you need to go ahead and draft that quarterback, homie.
Man, hold on. Stop it.
You told me to.
Stop.
You told me to.
No,
I'm shooting.
it's enough now. I have enough. Hey, listen. My boy Russell said, William, and William, my guy, he good guy, big supporter. We go back and forth on every platform, Twitter. That's my man. My boy say, Russell Wilson rumor. Hey, we starting with you. That's how we go do it. We starting with you. Let's go, OC. That's why I wanted you to get it all out. Just get it all out, and then let's talk.
Look, listen. There has been rumblings about Russell Wilson being unhappy and has his eyes on the Cowboys. Now, listen. Russell Wilson is an elite quarterback. Russell Wilson is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. He's thrown for more than 4,000 yards. He's thrown for 40 touchdowns in a pandemic, okay? So Russell Wilson is a baller. He's a Super Bowl winner, right? Now, here's the question for you, Boss Cowboy. Is Russell Wilson a better quarterback than Dak Prescott? What do you say, Boss Cowboy? What do you say?
At this point in his career, yes.
Thank you.
I think he is a better quarterback at this point of his career. It's certain things that Russell Wilson does that you have to give him the edge. He is and this is over everybody. He's a superior deep ball thrower over everybody. Okay. He's very poised. He is the perfect quarterback in terms of balancing run and pass. He's a chain mover. He's a leader. He's a godly man. He has a good family. He has a good image. It's everything that Dak is, seasoned and marinated. So I think Dak is clearly on his way. So it's almost like where we saw MJ, and then the follow-up was Kobe. But we all was like, he not Jordan yet, but he's in the running, and don't act like he's not. So that's how I compare the two, I guess, before you was trying to make a point on something else.
No, all I was going to say is this, is that if there's an opportunity to get Russell Wilson and Dak is unsigned and he's not signed to a long-term deal, right? Get him. Get Russell. Russell's in the prime. Get Russell if you can.
Hold on.
If you know, you want to stop me now, go ahead. Go ahead, hit the button. Go ahead.
You said what?
I said
this must
if
no.
Dak Prescott If Dak
So
Prescott,
you obviously saying no trades. You just saying if there
no,
was
no,
some
no,
kind
no.
of fairy in the sky that could get us to get this done without a
Yeah.
trade.
Well, listen, the fairy in the sky is this:
Are you
sign and
serious? Like,
trade.
are you saying you would want this deal?
I'm saying if you had the opportunity to take Russell Wilson right now, okay,
You
right
serious?
now at this point in his, listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Right now at this point in his career, and you could do a sign and trade deal. And Dak is unhappy because, listen, Russell Wilson is already under contract. And this goes back to economics, boss Cowboy. Russell Wilson is already under contract. You know how much you got to pay Russell Wilson. The anomaly with the escalating cap, with the cap decreasing this year to 80 some odd million, then being projected to shoot up next year over 200 some odd million, right? This is what the battle is, boss Cowboy, as it relates to these contract negotiations. How fast can Dak Prescott get back in the open market to get some of this new money?
I
Right?
was just
So,
making sure you was speaking in hypotheticals, and you said you're speaking hypothetical. I got you.
I am.
I got
I
you.
am.
Because you was saying, because I was like, what? But you basically saying, if this turns bad, so it would have to turn bad soon. I got you. So you saying, if it turned bad, he would be something you would be interested in.
No, I'm telling you this. If it turns bad and you got a chance to get him, get him. I'm being very, very clear. Right? And what I'm saying is that if Dak Prescott plays underneath a franchise tag, I'm going to tell you it has turned bad. Dak is going to be a whole classy gentleman. He's going to be a good leader. He's going to be a stand-up guy, right? He's not going to get on national television and tell you, I hate this. I hate this situation. I've been underpaid for years. They're treating me like mud. They're disrespecting me. Dak Prescott is not going to get on TV, boss Cowboy, and say that. But what I'm telling you is read between the lines. If that guy plays underneath a franchise tag this year, it has went bad, boss Cowboy. It's went bad. And I'm telling you, he's out of here. And so if you got an opportunity, the only leverage you have, franchise tag,
Say that
the
again.
only leverage you have is if Dak Prescott signs that tag, if you tag it.
Man, you shocked the world with that take. You shocked the world. I'm gonna just say it like this. Just on pride alone, I'm going with the younger guy. I'm not gonna even make this a versus or anything like that. I'm going with Dak. I think Dak has been battle tested in Dallas. I think Russell Wilson has learned his value, and he wouldn't take the stuff that Jerry is doing. Like he right now, because when I look at this OC, right, I'm gonna tell you what I honestly see. When I see this right here, I think I see what they all do. What did the other guy that was in Seattle do to get a contract or to get his way? He used Dallas. He used Dallas. So he's speaking now at his front office. So if you're going to make the investment into Russell Wilson, in my opinion, if you're going to make the investment into Russell Wilson, you also got to understand he's not a cultural fit to Dallas because he's already has the rings. He has everything to say. I can speak my mind. And that'll become, in my opinion, another Jimmy Johnson real fast. So I'm going with definitely my guy, especially when I look at the politics of the operation. And I think Dak has mastered how to deal with the Joneses. You have somebody that know how to play their game. I mean, you bringing this up early, so let's talk about it. I didn't even plan on talking about this yet, but let's talk about it real quick. So you looking at Dak playing the game. They've been leaking out stuff. My boy Geechee in the show too. I just need to do a sound check. But you know, he playing the game right. Cause they've been acting a little funny. Right? Cause my boy Brian Broaddus, he came out and said, why leak medical info? if you don't think he's healthy enough, just don't sign him. And he was replying to Ryan Allen, who said they have every reason to leak it. Dak has all leverage. Steven uses David Moore every time. Okay. Definitely, I appreciate Brian Broaddus for this, because he's just being forthright, and also talking about it from a logical standpoint. It's like it's almost like it's bad business. I'm not saying Brian Broaddus is saying that. I'm saying that to have potential leaks coming out like this, and this has been interpreted as leaks during negotiations. I talked about this with Big Game James on the show with him yesterday. And so when I look at that response of Dak and how he played it and how he's just PR and he's winning, he's doing good. Dak is doing good. See, you have this style of response where I'm above it. I don't get into the pettiness, even of the Joneses. I take a picture with my beautiful lady at a beach showing my ankle. Let the world review me. Let's go, Joneses. He's trained at how to do this at this time versus this guy who got to go to the Mike Florios and put out his ways of getting what he wants. Because what he wants from me watching Russell Wilson, what he wants is more control. And that's what he's trying to do. He wants more personnel control. So he's throwing around his quarterback leverage. So if I was thinking just play, I will be way more open to what you said. But when I balance out the total player and the politics in the situation, I still got to go with Dak. Also because of the upside. Let me check on Geechee and see if he's in the building. Geechee, we got you in the building?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, before
You hear
Geechee
me?
jumps in here,
Hold on. Let me say what's up to Geech real quick. Geech. Go ahead.
What's up, boss? What's up, OC?
what's up, Geechee? How you feeling today?
Pretty good. It's Valentine's Day. It's a lovely day.
Yes, sir. Yes,
right.
sir.
All right.
So looky here, Boss Cowboy. I see this a little bit differently than yourself. The master of politics and getting things done has been Russell Wilson. He put out a statement that you reported on yourself that he wanted to have his contract done, this last extension, by April 15th, or he wasn't going to talk about it anymore. And guess what Seattle did? They got it done. We don't see rumbling and reports of Russell Wilson in the media. He's a little bit more mature than Dak. He's a little bit more seasoned. He has the Super Bowl pedigree. He has the playoff win pedigree. So I don't see him as being an uncultural fit. I see Russell Wilson as a politician, shaking hands and kissing babies. Russell Wilson has the ability, in my opinion, from observation, to fit into any environment he goes into. So I don't see that the exact same way. I think that obviously Dak has tremendous upside. Definitely Dak is younger. But here's the thing that people don't consider, Boss Cowboy, that's really, really important, is that the max you're going to get Dak Prescott on is a 4-year deal. You're going to get him on a 4-year deal. He has all the leverage, okay? So you're not getting Dak on a long-term deal. And I don't care what Tanya says. Tanya, thank you, Tanya. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Reggie. Appreciate you. It doesn't matter to me that you're shaking your head. But I'm saying what I think here. And this is what I think here. If you're splitting hairs in terms of a shorter-term deal that's beneath 5 years, okay, and you had a Russell Wilson on a similar deal, well, you have some type of security. You're splitting hairs because after 4 years, Boss Cowboy, you're going to have to pay somebody an astronomical amount of money, or you're going to have to go get a new quarterback anyway. So to me, on some of this stuff, you're splitting a little bit of hairs. Go ahead, Geech. I know you got a lot to say.
Now hold on real quick, because I'm sick of this.
Yeah.
Geech, this man is speaking pure blasphemy in our house.
Oh, man. Oh,
man, can you get this man? I'm sick of it.
Yes. All right. So let me interject a little bit. So for one, Russell was paid already. He already got his first big contract. So with that, he has more power now to speak out like he is. And also, I feel like with these quarterbacks that's getting paid that Russell was better than, you don't think he's going to want more money here in the next year or two, too? So that's something else you got to factor in. So, I mean, why, when you got a quarterback you done develop who's on the same track as Russell, their first 4 years, the numbers are almost identical. So now you just need to have the blueprint of the team like how Russell had, and you got the same quarterback in Dak. And I think Dak is probably on a faster trajectory right now than Russ was in his 5th year. So it just makes no sense to me for us to even be talking about entertaining Russ when we have a Russ 2.0 already. And the leadership aspect of Dak is so grateful to that locker room. Yes, Russ is a great leader, but Russ ain't Dak. I think people are really underplaying like Dak's leadership and what type of person he is. He is a different type of human being. Like people like that, you don't just get rid of.
That man said different type of human being. Man, y'all better listen to Geechee, man, because right now, I'm going to clearly say the dude that got the one up on this debate is Clerk Geech. We got to let the people speak on this.
Yeah,
y'all got to say
you,
right
boss.
now, man, are y'all
Thank
feeling
you.
the OC or y'all feeling that boy Geechee, man, from the Carolinas? Y'all got to let us know right now, man. I'm going to give you the last word on this, man, but I'm going to just tell you right now, man, everybody heart is just hurting at what you just brought to the Cowboys with this blasphemy that you just spoke upon us. And
okay,
yes, I
so
did. You spoke blasphemy upon us.
Listen. You listen. I'm following the model of the show, boss Cowboy. You said that we will be loyal. Right, we will be loyal, not devoted.
I'm just upset. Did you really believe this? Like you believe this?
I'm telling you this. I'm not saying get rid of Dak Prescott. I'm not saying try to work things out with Dak Prescott. I'm not saying Dak Prescott's not tremendous. Dak Prescott is awesome, man. He's an awesome man, awesome leader. Fantastic, right? And on every sense of the word in terms of a QB. What I'm saying that we have to wake up to the reality, especially when March 9th comes, of what do you do? What are your contingencies if you don't get this man signed? And there's an issue, there's a private secret rift going into 2021 season. What do you do? Stop drinking the Kool-Aid and just thinking everything is going to be all hunky-dory.
Oh, okay, I get it. I forgot.
I'm saying,
I forgot.
what do we do?
I forgot. You did start with the thought of doom and gloom. I get it. Like you, because in your mind, you're thinking this is headed to hell. You started with that thought. So since you in that thought, that's why you more so like go after Russell now. I'm with you. Because then that takes what you, and I don't agree with you. I don't like anything that you're saying, but
I know.
I get the reasoning now. I do. I get your reasoning. I'm just not thinking that we are that crazy yet. Like I am leaning on.
You've always said this. You always holding on to hope, boss Cowboy. That's your weakness right there.
I mean,
you holding on to hope.
Like I ain't got no qualms with saying that. Like yes, I am holding on to a little bit of hope. I feel like Dak has given us a lot of reasons to say these guys are not that crazy. He was on a pace of 6,600 yards. He had the best 4-game streak out of any quarterback to ever breathe air. And this guy is the leader of the team, and that's hands down. It's not even close. This guy is hitting on all cylinders as a natural-made Dallas Cowboy quarterback, born and raised, wanting to play that position. This is the first time ever we heard Russell Wilson say a word about being a Dallas Cowboy, versus Dak was miserable being a 4th rounder until he heard the news that he was going to be a Dallas Cowboy. So when I look at his background, I look at his leadership, I look at he's trending clearly right there. He's also beat Russell Wilson in the playoffs. And I think it's just so much good news that I don't think the Joneses, it would just be so foolish to let him go. when you got Dak doing stuff like this, OC, to where when y'all sending y'all hit man potentially, that's because what people thinking. You see a hit out. You see people like Brian Brothers come out and say, man, why leak the medical info? If you don't think he's healthy enough, just don't sign him. So people out there that's worked close to the organization, we all spitballing to a degree, but it's a legitimate reason to think that they taking shots at him. And he responds and I'ma just leak a pitch. Say, man, that's why they won't sign him. Because they don't want to get beat at their own game. And Dak is winning, bro. So I do kind of feel you. But nah, bro, these boys can't be that crazy. That's the only reason I got hope, OC. What you got on that?
Let me.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, respond. I know you itching. Go.
No. I want to kick this to Geach. Geach, with everything that Boss Cowboy said and all of the fantastic, sensible points that he's made, okay?
Yeah, I know they was.
Why have Dak Prescott not been signed to a lucrative long-term deal? Can you please answer that question?
Ooh.
Oh man, you put me on the spot with that one. At one point in time, I think I was partly delusional because I thought, it was only common sense that they would sign him, and there's no way in the world they couldn't see the development he's made in 4 years, and that franchise quarterbacks don't grow on trees, that they would sign him. But now I'm just really starting to feel like they don't believe in him. Because if they did, they would have done signed him by now. Like, it's just common sense. Like, we've never seen no quarterback in NFL history go through what Dak's going through right now. Like, it's just unheard of. That's why I always say he's the most disrespected and the most hated quarterback ever. So you would think that, common sense, all of us are pretty, we good at what we do. We research. We know that this offseason hinges on getting Dak signed as soon as possible so we can move the money around and start attacking free agency so we can get ready for the draft. So why in the world are we still fighting in the media over his contract? 3 years. So I totally understand where you're coming from, OC. And I want to be like Boss and keep holding on a little bit of faith. But I guess sometimes common sense ain't always common. And we've seen how petty these Joneses can be. So at this point, it's just like, I got to see it now because I just don't know what to think anymore.
Man, that boy say common sense is not always common. I heard that. Golly, bro.
Listen. Go ahead, Boss.
I'm gonna make it worse, because I'm messy Desi. This is messy Desi day. Messy Desi day. Messy. Fish on a roll. Fish on a roll. To use, so OC already started, So let's talk. My Fish and Mike been showing us love at Boss Cowboy Sports. I appreciate it. Like, you always appreciate when you got the insiders that show love, and he show love. He really get down with the podcast world. He does. He shares us. He engages with us. I've interviewed him. He's cool. I like Fish. And he said, why Cowboys, despite that, could draft first round QB? All right. Now, he did give a disclaimer because I did click on the video as well. He did call it silly season, but he said at the same time, you do got to consider sometimes moves that you think wouldn't happen because it's a lot of stuff that you wouldn't envision is happening, like the golf deal. That was something that most people didn't envision. So he's saying in this time of COVID, in this time of uncertainty, in this time of budgeting and a lot of horse trading, we could get the disease. He's serious too, man. He pushed it out there, and he put it out there. And Fish, I responded to it. We go all talk about it because this is a topic that we also go mix in with it. I responded to Fish on this, and I said, and shared his thought. He said, I said the type of tag would determine if Fish Sports is on to something. Okay. And you know, Fish turned around and shared my thought. So we kind of vibing a little bit on this. We going back and forth, like, you know, not like no real discussion, but it's like thought for thought. And so let's all talk about this real quick. The potential of a quarterback, right? What the tag deadline is going to do, and let's just kind of gumbo this thing. So I'm gonna start with you on this, OC. What you got?
Then basically they have the opportunity to match any offer sheet. If they don't match the offer sheet, all they got to do is give up a couple first round picks, right? So here's the whole deal. I mean, do you want to get in the bidding war? Well, here's the whole deal. The Cowboys don't want to get in the bidding war, in my personal opinion, right? That's why they're going to use the exclusive tag on him, because if they gave a transitional tag, they're giving up control. Now they're going to see what Dak Prescott's true value is in the open market, and I think the Cowboys personally...
You think they go do a non-exclusive?
No. I don't think they're going to do it. I'm saying if they did do it, they would see his real value in the open market. They don't want to have to come up and match those dollars. That makes not good business sense for the Cowboys. So the most logical thing to do is to go ahead and give him the exclusive franchise tag. Now, what you could do, since we're talking hypotheticals, you could go ahead and move up and pick one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the draft by giving up some picks, and you leverage that guy, because there are many teams that need a good young quarterback. Even if you did sign Dak to a long-term deal, at least you sign the dude, right? You got the dude underneath contractual obligations, and you could trade that dude off to get players or future picks. Makes perfect sense. At least as an organization and from a management perspective, you have options and you're not hamstrung if you cannot reach a long-term deal with Dak Prescott. That's a lot to chew. I know that's a lot to swallow.
To chew. And that's the problem. You could die trying to force food down your throat, being cute. You could die, kill yourself after use the Heimlich maneuver on the Dallas Cowboys, doing all that chewing. You can move this and do that and trade up and maybe move and then trade down. What? Geets, man. Listen, I ain't gonna hit that button on him. You got him.
Yeah, I mean, well, if they don't want that, put the non-exclusive on them.
Yeah.
If you really don't believe in them, if the fans so don't want to pay him $40 million, then put the non-exclusive on him and see what he really worth. But you know what it is? They know what Dak's worth, though. You know why? Indy was flirting with him last year.
Yeah.
All these other fans from these other teams, they praying we mess this up on Dak. Like Washington Redskins fans are logging for Dak. So the Joneses know what Dak is worth. So why fight with him? Why continue this fight? Why fight in the media with all our stars when it's gotten us nowhere in 26 years? Why try to start over when you have a proven commodity? That's like, I know I got a good wife, but I'm going to deal with this side chick because she look good, but I know what I got in my wife. Why would I go mess with that side chick when I know what I got in my wife? Like, it just makes no sense. Why make this harder than it has to be when we so close to building a competitive team? Like, I feel like this team could be a dynasty.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate on your wife example. Now I'm just playing.
Yeah, but why start over when you're closer to the goal? Why blow it up and start over when you're already so close? It's like that 80-20 rule. You gonna leave your 80 for the 20? I'm not going to.
See, well, both of you guys are talking common sense. And you said yourself, Geechee, that common sense is just not that common.
Yeah.
What is the most common sense thing that could have happened in this scenario? The most common sense thing that should have happened in this scenario is 2 years ago. 2 years ago, signed Dak to an extension.
Right.
That's
after
the
the
most
Seattle game.
common sense.
Why are you angry? You're so angry.
Because I'm sick of it.
You're
I'm sick
angry.
of this
Bro.
You're
You're angry.
I'm sick of this nonsense.
Like everything is like, there's not been one thing you said that wasn't doom and gloom today, bro. What's going on, man? It's Valentine's Day.
Listen,
Somebody hug this man.
Listen, I'm sick of it.
All
I'm
right,
sick of
gotcha.
it.
Okay, I get it now. I get it. All right, real quick. Man, I was like, boy, my boy is punching. Cause see, I'm thinking March deadline is kind of like the key date on this. Because it's going to expose their intentions. Just straight up, it's going to expose. It's going to say what they're going to do. So both of you guys raised hell of a points. I heard the non-exclusive, the exclusive tag, and again, the non-exclusive tag is where they're going to basically pay 37.7 to lock him up, and he can't hit the open market. That's what happens. The non-exclusive allows him to hit the open market, but then they get the first rights of refusal. So if they are actually considering literally like, hey man, we can't get a deal done, we don't think we're gonna be able to move on, we're gonna go with our quarterbacks of the future, you will see the non-exclusive tag. And that will let you know that it's officially, for lack of better words, I'm gonna look you dead in the face when I say it, gangster. Like, it's real life gangster if it go there. If you see a non-exclusive tag on Dak, it's gangster. It's fight time. And I'm gonna fully move over that. We getting ready to do something wild. But if you see an exclusive tag on March 9th, then what we gonna say is you playing a game again. This is Ziku all over again, where you trying to create leverage out of nothing, and you trying to pull people like Pollard up to say, hold on, Zeke, damn it, we have Pollard. Don't you dare think we won't replace you. And if you put the exclusive tag on him, basically what you're doing is saying you treating your girlfriend like she can't replace you, but you don't let her out the house. So the fact that you not letting her out the house, that'll let me know you really not trying to let her go. So that's why I'm really targeting at that date. Other than that, I don't want to kind of get too caught up in speculation, because I think they also playing everybody in the media. You know what I mean? To where they keeping drama and stories and Kardashian stuff, and it's after the Super Bowl, and nobody even talked at all anymore about the Super Bowl. We all transitioned to Dallas when it came to he wasn't in the hype video. He liked the Washington Redskins. And a radio person comes out and say, he might not ever play again. And we all just talking. And that's what he want. March 9th gonna let me know. It's gonna be like, okay, I see what time it is. That's just me. I think it's so many layers to this, because this is $1 billion game they playing. You think they playing this on just ego? No, they playing this on ego as well as exponential money.
Yeah, but what better way to put the world on fire than to not franchise tag Dak Prescott?
Oh, it'll go on fire.
It will go on fire. You want to stay in the media for the next 3 years? Don't franchise tag this guy exclusive tag. It will go on fire. And the second thing that may make the world go on fire, come on, I'm going there. Yeah, I'm going there, boss Cowboy. I'm about to go there. Give me about 20 seconds. Now listen, trading up and trying to get Lawrence out of Clemson, because now you're saying we'll move on from you, Dak. Now I'm saying no. I'm talking about the Kardashian matter. I'm giving hypotheticals, okay? I'm not saying this is going to actually happen, boss Cowboy. I'm giving hypotheticals. I'm giving you strong hypotheticals.
Let's just do a show tomorrow. I was like,
no. Listen, if you're gonna analyze, right, and you're gonna give great content, we gotta explore even the most wildest of scenarios, even if we think it's wild. Even if we think it's wild, you cannot leave one stone unturned.
Horse trading day, let's keep going. I'm with you.
Yeah, so I'm saying that what a big splash, because guess what? Now we're going to get national televised games across the board if we moved up some weird way gave up a bunch of draft picks, let Dak Prescott get away from here, and then we go up and get Trevor Lawrence. Oh, man. Oh, just imagine a pandemonium. Just imagine the pandemonium around the city of Dallas, and he fits into the culture.
Man, you better not ever talk about my Dallas Cowboys in that way. It'll fit the culture of song. All right, listen. All right, listen, man. I'm gonna change this subject because you go kill me with this blasphemy you saying. And now you good, OC. You know I welcome it.
Yeah, I know it's all good.
Patrick Peterson. So he called it a dirty rumor when they talked about the speculations of him wanting out of Arizona. That's what he called it, a dirty rumor. Sometimes they shopping you, Patrick, and that's their way of letting everybody know to call them. Is to put out some stories. And, you know, we watch this a lot in Dallas. A lot of people not used to drama and how to work the media. I think we know how it go. So not talking contract. We just talking about a type of player like Peterson. I want to kind of get y'all thoughts on this real quick. I'm going to start with my boy Geechee. He been in the cut. Yeah, let's just kind of watch a little bit of film. And let's just go from there real quick on my boy Patrick. And not just watching the film, just what's your thoughts on Patrick Geach?
I think he's still a good player. I think he's better suited now, though, taking on teams number 2 wide receivers and not number 1s. And I also am trying to get him the free safety because we've seen a lot of great cornerbacks that's done that later in their career and made a successful transition in it. So I think for the right price and in the right scheme, he can still be a player that can add value to your team. I don't know, can he cover number 1s every play and scatter them across the field like he used to? But if you telling me he gonna cover 2s and 3s, I'll definitely be all in for it. But he also, like, and to the point about them, you know, chopping them in the media, this goes back to what we always say, that owners can make players look however they want to make them look. They can be as greedy as they want to be. They can disrespect contracts whenever they want to. But every time the player does it, it's a problem. And I think we got to get out of that.
Come and get dirty type corner that he used to be in terms of his physicality. Right, I don't sense that about him. But will he be a great ad for any team? Absolutely. But here's the deal. The Cardinals historically have a history, to me, of holding on to their older elite players, a.k.a. Larry Fitzgerald. So I think that it'll have to be an attractive package to their older players as an organization. And so I don't really think he gets out of town. It could happen, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, man. If I'm talking about Patrick is kind of grabby now, and that's specific. Players like Patrick do interest me. Like, I'm very interested in his type, though. But Patrick himself, right now, no. I would. And that's hard for me because I love Marshalls. He would have to come in at a super great price. But at the same time, I still would say that he's still on par right now to Owuzie right now. And I think I don't really see him as a safety, but I think he could play safety. I could see him as a real good nickel. You know, so it all come down to his price. I would be real upset if I saw Patrick go for like a dirt price or some kind of way get out, but I don't even think that's possible. But I'm interested in his types of players. Now, when I looked at his contract, he looked like he could be way too expensive for Steven, especially to be expensive and showing that you're not yourself and not your former greatness. It'll never happen. But I'm just in his type. Yes, I'm greatly interested. So
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying as I look at that film, and as I looked at him play in other games, Boss Cowboy, it's two things that are undefeated. Charles Barkley said this on the show. I won't say the first thing he said, but I'm gonna say the second thing. Father Time. I see an aging guy. I see a guy that's getting older, man. I'm looking at him play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's still out there.
Yeah.
But I see age on him, Boss Cowboy.
Yeah. You see a
man's
step
getting older,
floor.
man.
Yeah, you see a step floor. And I mean, he was in position even right here, and then he got a step over, and that's Jefferson. And you're being grabby on a guy that's not really known for speed. So where is your speed to your point? Where is yours?
Boss.
Like, this is Jeffrey. Like, Jeffrey got on top of you? Nah, that's just not a good sign. And we just grading what we showing right now, what we just showed on film. I want to change the thought to another player. And y'all showed a lot of love on this. My boy, J.J. Watt. And, J.J. Watt, I think he lobbied a little bit because he said, and I kind of caught it when he was talking about him agreeing with the Texans on a mutual leaving. He basically said in his exit speech, I've learned I can't live without Texas. Not Houston, he said Texas. So I thought that was a small wink, but sometimes they are serious, and sometimes again they're using Dallas as leverage to get other deals. Like, it could be either way. But then you saw Tank wink at him, and we don't know how much of that is just friendly banter, just random thought, serious talks from a friend. We don't know. But J.J. Watt is kind of interesting to me, just to look at it, and then I want to get y'all thoughts on that as we maybe review some tape like we did with Peterson. So go ahead, Geach, as we looking at it. I want to get your thoughts real quick.
Understand why Tank would want him there. That's less double teams for him, especially if he's lined up next to him. He's a veteran. He's a great leader. We never heard any bad things off the field about him. So he's another good coaching guy, because we definitely need to work on that culture. Yes, he's older. He's not that same player when he was getting those MVPs, but he still can be a dominant force when healthy. So if you can get him to come in on an incentive-based contract, I would definitely think about adding him. And I know, he's an older player. We trying to go younger, but I still believe in having a good mixture of veterans and young guys. So, in that D tackle room, Gallimore and Hill, you can learn a lot from a guy like Watt. So I could definitely see why D-Law would want him to come, like, especially just to benefit him, because you line them up on the same side, you got to pick and choose who you want to double.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on that, OC?
Yeah, so guys, I've watched a lot of film on, and so this is what I've come to realize, that J.J. Watt is still very good. Okay, he's still very good. All right, so don't fool yourself. All right, don't fool yourself by the Texans, man, because he played with a bunch of no names, right? Yeah. He played with a bunch of no names.
Bunch of mud.
He got a bunch of garbage, hot garbage. So if you're playing with hot garbage, you can double team JJ, and then you can send a fullback to chip, or you can even leave a depending upon your package, you can even send a tight end, to chip. So listen, one-on-one, JJ Watt still can get it done, baby. One-on-one, JJ Watt still has great hands. He still has that great stab and rip. He has the great stab, arm over. He still turns the corner fairly well. Now, the difference between him physically in the last couple years and when he was just younger is two things, okay? Two things. He played with Vince Wilfork, okay?
Yeah.
Hall of Fame one technique, okay? Right. Mm-hmm. So, on one opposite against guards or tackles, he was destroying the league, getting 15, 20 sacks, okay? He's one-on-one, right? Look at the arm over right there. Boop. tackle. He's doing the same stuff he did when he was younger. Then also think about this. Opposite Jadeveon Clowney, which to me is an equivalent to a Tank Lawrence, okay, in terms of productivity versus the run and the pass. So Jadeveon Clowney is kind of like Tank Lawrence in this regard to me. He plays the run really well. He's disruptive. He gets a lot of pressures, but he's not like any super elite sack guy. He's not a guy that's just getting a whole bunch of sacks. Like this year, Tank Lawrence finished with 6.5 sacks. J.J. Watt finished with 5 sacks, okay, equivalent to an Alden Smith. But if you put those two in tandem, to Geechie's point, you got to pick and choose who you're going to double team. And you're not going to be able to double Water all the time, right? You're not going to be able to do that. He's athletic. The thing that he doesn't do as well in his first 4 years when he started having injuries, he doesn't play with power quite as well. So you can neutralize J.J. Watt some with double teams, but if he gets off the ball and he gives you a quick arm over, or he still has an elite first and second step, he's elite. He's still elite with his first and second step, but you neutralize him with double teams, just like here, right? You're lunging at him, right? He swims over you, he's going to make the play, and he still runs laterally, Boss Cowboy. I'm looking at tape on J.J. Watt. He runs laterally very, very well. His side-to-side motion is very, very good. So, to me, in closing this up, get J.J. Watt on a 3-year deal. Give him 2 years, pay him very well, and have a third-year team option. And I will say that J.J. Watt played all 16 games this year, right? So he was relatively healthy all year. So listen, if you can get him on a short-term contract with 2 years, maybe a third year with a team option, I like him. I like him all day long.
I just say just turn on the tape, bro. See, he's out there playing on the left side. He playing on the right side. He played a lot of end and edge. I can imagine him being a super 3 for Dallas. A super 3, not just a 3, a super 3.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna make the tape a little bit bigger. Just look at him, man. He shed them blocks like it ain't nothing. This, like, I would think, and obviously he not what he was, but even like if you just put this at the 3, Big JJ, put this at the 3, and whoo, man, yeah, man, come on, bro, just turn on the tape. That's all I gotta say. And this is coming off the edge. Put that dude in the that pressure coming from the middle, bro. Like, I get excited about J.J. Watt on a limited basis with Dallas as a rotational. Keep him fresh. Treat him like we treated Jason Kidd when he was playing for the Mavericks, right? Where he was in spurts and was in there for leadership, and he was in there because he was a try-hard that was athletic, right? A coach's mind. That's what you got. Look at man, come on, man. The 6 swim, the tackle for the loss. Man, JJ, man, just turn on the tape. So it's now, like, if you JJ have you not excited, in my opinion, if you judging him based on who he was. But if you judging him compared to others, it's a gear in there. Now, this is what's frustrating, though. I know y'all really enjoyed watching that. All you guys old film nuts. James Slater. I love James. James is one of my favorite insiders. And David Hellman, he was excited. He said, yes, the Cowboys should pursue J.J. Watt. But I assume there are several teams that are closer to true Super Bowl contention, I would assume he's saying. So Jada made some calls. I mean, not Jada. Goodness gracious. Jane made some calls. And she said, let me address this following an inquiry from 2 of my sources on any #Cowboys interest of J.J. Watt. Her first source, she quoted, don't think so. And I doubt it. Ouch. So, what's going on, man?
Listen, man. If anybody knows, Jane knows. Okay.
Yeah,
So
she
if
talked
Jane
about it.
said it, yeah, Jane's rock solid, man. If Jane said they're not interested, the over under on that is that 99.9% she's probably right, right? But I
Yeah.
mean, my question for the Cowboys is this, man: how do we get better at the defensive line position? We've talked about this ad nauseum, right? We do have the Williams opportunity, which is a younger player that's played defensive tackle, defensive end out of the New York Giants. I mean, he's a possibility, right? We talked about Jones out of Kansas City, right? I mean, where do you get better on the interior? And don't tell me to draft, because these guys are going to take a couple years to mature, man. They're going to give you solid play. But, man, if you're trying to get stronger in the weakest part of that defense, to me, which is the middle, where does it happen, boss Cowboy? That's my only question.
Man, I think that's the type of guy you give him 8-9 million.
Yes, sir.
You give him 8-9 million right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Geach, what you got on that? We having some technical difficulty with my boy Geach. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't really know what's going on, because when I look at what Jane said, right, I don't think so, and I doubt it. So my next questions would be why, right? Like why? Because I don't see, when I watch his tape, I don't see play being a reason why you would be like, I'm good. I don't see play at all being a problem, you know? And then I doubt it. So, see, my thing is that one of these again, where we looking at Tyrann Mathieu, right? And it said, because at the time wasn't deemed a special player or scheme fit. Are we doing that again? Like, I pray we not. I like really wish I knew. Cause how do you, hopefully the source was an intern or something, but if it was somebody in scouting or very high up, oh my God. Like, how do you look at a JJ Watt and be like, I doubt it and I don't think so? Maybe it's a smoke screen, but how do you turn on a tape?
Is JJ too vocal?
No.
I mean, I don't know what else. I mean, I read Calvin Watkins said Gary gets excited for things like this, but he's the only one in the building that does.
Oh God.
So what is it? I mean, is it scheme? I don't think it's scheme, because we just seen them lined up anywhere on the defensive line in all this film we just watched. So don't tell me it's scheme, because he can play in a 3-4 or 4-3.
Yeah, he
One
can play
tech, five tech, whatever.
He can play all over that line.
All over the line. So scheme can't be it. Like, tell me it's scheme. So what else could it be? Don't tell me his age. You brought McCoy and Poe in here last year, so I don't want to hear age.
They were quiet last year before they picked up Griffin. I pray that they just moving in more wisdom in the personnel department. That's what I pray. I pray that they literally saying free agency getting ready to start, and it wouldn't be smart to tell Jane Slater our real thoughts. That's what I really pray, because they was very quiet and quieter than usual when it came down to Griffin. Like, that came out of nowhere, and I didn't even mention Griffin because I thought we just wouldn't do it. I was like, nah, man, we never go get no player like Griffin. You know, I just, even because he was kind of at the stage where JJ is starting to look like, or aging a little bit, long in the tooth a little bit. Maybe not so much in play, but at least where you will be concerned. Exactly. So I'm not going to just shoot down the Joneses, because at least I've witnessed in the past, just being all the way fair, I've witnessed in the past to where this recently that they actually was quiet about this. So I'm not going to read too much into it. But I just don't understand, OC, as we kind of turn on the tape. I want you to break down what you're seeing also, OC, with JJ in detail as much as possible. But I just don't really see them having a talent splashing like this, OC, and they just like, I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's perfect technique, man. It was a shed and a tackle. So he stabbed and he tackled. So here he is over the left tackle. He's getting off the ball. He's turning the corner, and I mean it's a quick throw, so he didn't quite get there, but he beat that tackle.
Had a
and
good
I'm a
bend.
tackle.
Yep, turned
Yeah,
the corner.
good bend. Good bend. Now the difference between that play and when he about 4 or 5 years ago is he would have got there.
Yeah,
But
yeah, he's a
you're
step
actually,
slower.
yeah. So I wouldn't even say a step. I would give him maybe half a step. But here's the deal.
That's nice.
Even there, he has pressure. So this is the thing about JJ that I want everybody to understand. JJ was hyper elite. Okay, JJ, he was hyper elite. He was unnatural. He was like unworldly. But look at that swim technique. Boom, right in the backfield. So JJ is still elite. JJ is not hyper elite. You know what I'm saying? JJ was just astronomically making cartoonish plays, right? When he first came to the league. But he's had some injuries, and he had that back injury, and so that affects your bend in your hips. So he doesn't bend as well as he used to, but he still bends very. Look at this overarm, tracks the ball. That's perfect. I mean, it's phenomenal. Phenomenal. Here he is again. Here tracking, boom. And so he gets there. So it's a little bit of hesitation because he's waiting for the ball to come back his way. And he should have just went on that play. So he could have been a step faster, but it's because he's looking for something coming back his way. That was his hesitation there. So if we look at him right here, he's over the right tackle. So here he is here. So he got off and he was waiting for something to come back a little bit. But if we look at him on this play, here he is versus the right tackle. He spins. Look at the spin move. He spins. Boom. Tackle.
Spin for nothing. He shouldn't have spin, but he still got there. What I like on every one of these plays, if you just keep watching them, he's also never going backwards at no time. You know?
Okay, 2-1, 2. He beat 2 blocks balls. There it is.
Yeah,
he beat 2 blocks on that play.
The dude still got it, man. Like, if J.J. Watt was 21, you still would be calling him first rounder from what we looking at. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Like, even if he was just 21. Go ahead, OC.
Nah, brother, go ahead. You got it. And so, I mean, he plays his technique on that play, right? So he comes down the line slow, make sure they're not coming with nothing back toward him, and he just gets in on the tackle. So he played his technique is what he did. So let's check him out on this play. Over the right tackle. Here he is, hands, nice bull rush. And look, he finished that right guard.
Yeah, bull rushed him to the ground. Yeah.
He finished that right tackle, that right guard, man. He's still playing with power, dude.
Yeah, that super collapsed that pocket. Yeah, come on, bro.
I mean, look at him up here. Here he is. They probably got to go chip him. No, they didn't chip him.
That's
here
why
he is.
I said, OC, man, just keeping it all the way real. Like, you can't have no scouting department and act like you don't see this. I'm sorry.
Right.
And I'm not acting like JJ just the best in the world. No, but compared to what we have here, yeah, man.
Yeah.
What you got, Geek?
Yeah.
Definitely upgrade. Immediate upgrade.
Why not pay for that? Like, why not? Like, pay money for that. Like, get that. Like, get that. He said he loved Texas. Maybe he using us, which they do. Maybe he's serious. He deserve a phone call. Real talk. Like, I don't know if Tank was playing, but that's one I would take serious. Like, for real. Dallas is better fast with JJ Watt. Dallas is better fast with JJ Watt. And I ain't kissing up to him or nothing. I'm just
Tampa Bay sure what a great D-line can do for you.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you got in the secondary. Because they corners are all world. But
say that again,
that free safety, that free safety is a beast. Those 2 linebackers get run and hit, and they got a front 4 that can control the offensive line.
Bro, the man said he loved Texas. And we predicted this was going to happen. See, what's going to happen in this offseason, this is a buyer's market, man. It's getting ready to go crazy. Wait till free agency. It's going to be crazy. All this cap space because of COVID, where the cap was originally, before COVID, projected to be 208. Now we talking about 185. It's some pieces that's going to get shuffled a lot. And it's going to be guys like him that's going to fall to good teams. And you say, and see, I know JJ Watt, man. I'm peeping the game on JJ. He's serious when he said I fell in love with Texas. JJ know if you want to just ice your postseason career, finish it in Dallas going off. If you want to have television jobs for the next 30 years, finish in Dallas going off where we're weak. Do that, JJ. If you come to Dallas, you make Dallas a contender. Like, for real. Like, that'd be one of the key pieces, because that's, to me, the key piece of Dallas. Putting somebody in the middle. No more JJ Watt on the edge. But as a 3, occasionally as a 1, man, what is Tank gonna do with JJ next to him? Oh, my God.
I would even rotate him out to the other end. I'll let him get some love on these
Man,
weaker right tackles in the league.
Well,
Man, look.
well,
Rotate him, bro, because you got Gregory, you got Alden Smith, right? You got some pieces. Rotate him out there. Let him pick on a weak right tackle. Why not? Because he gonna get pressure. He gonna get there.
I like him at the 3. I like him at
No,
the 3.
I like him. I like him at 3
Because
too.
I like
him
the
at 3
speed
too.
of Gregory, and I think he's ascending. I think we got low tread on his tires. I think he
That's
was
true.
really doing good. Now, I think you could do it on some stunts. You know what I mean? To where you getting ready to mind mess with him, for lack of better words.
Yeah.
I like how you think on the creativity, but he gives you that. You know what I mean? It's
He
like,
gives you options. He gives you options, bro. You can play him
Yes.
anywhere. He gives you
Yes.
options.
he gives you so many options, bruh. So
You can
it's
attack
like,
mismatches. On
Yeah.
offense,
Yes.
on
There you go,
yeah,
Geach.
you know, you can find the weak link on teams' offensive lines, and you can attack them. You can put our best players against them. Like,
Yep.
yeah.
Great thought, Geach.
And he's
Great thought.
old. He's older, so he's a Marshalls all day. And no, you don't want a bidding war. You don't. If you got to get in a bidding war, which you might for him, because you know that's JJ Watt. People like his name, his leadership, how he really was a good ambassador for the whole city. He was a great face of the city. He did his job, man. Great. Like after the hurricanes and how he stepped up, man, the dude, you like, wow, you know, and he's great on camera. He's like one of those guys for sure that's going to be an executive or something like that. People going to just believe in him and give him opportunities. Just how he come across. Straight up. I think he could be great on television. It's so many reasons, man. You pay that, Jerry.
He fits the culture of the Cowboys, and he will promote the mess out of the Cowboys. And he's gonna be a guy that's instantly beloved in the city. He fits, bro. Every restaurant, in the malls, hanging out, taking photo ops, the whole 9, dude. He fits it, and he markets the Cowboys, and him in a Cowboy hype video, getting some sacks. Man, the city will go bananas, man. They'll love JJ here. I mean, to me, he's a fit.
and think of this. Think of how many Houston fans that love him that Jerry could sway to be Cowboy fans. So now you adding even more fans to your fan base in that aspect too.
Man, good point. Geach, I hate to do this one, though, because I know there's something you don't really want to see, but I'm going to show it to you anyway.
Oh, boy.
These are some of the stuff that comes out from our own fan base. And, Geach, I want you to kind of address some of this stuff, and we ain't gonna go one by one, but this is the type of stuff that come out from haters as well as our own fans. And they were saying that he checks all the boxes, so they basically hating on the fact that he's in the market for $40 million. So there is a percentage of Cowboy fans that lobbies against that. Like they think $40 million is gonna kill the team. So they said he was on pace for 25 turnovers. Greedy MFer. 6-11 his last 17 complete games, piles up garbage stats, can't beat playoff teams.
That's funny. All right, so let's play this game. We hear they wanted Deshaun Watson, right?
Yeah.
So what was Deshaun Watson this year against playoff teams? 0-9. He's 9-27 for his career against playoff teams. He had a lot of garbage stats this year because they only won 4 games. But it's okay to want him at 37 but not pay Dak 40. So also this 6-11 notion in his last 17 games, like, I need people to understand that football is a team sport. So yes, the quarterback gets the wins and losses, but it's one of the worst stats really in football because a quarterback can play great and the rest of his team plays bad and they lose. He can play bad and the rest of his team can play great and they win. So we gotta get out this notion of he was 6-11. No, the Cowboys were. Quit moving the goalposts for Dak. Like, the narratives keep changing. First, he couldn't throw for over 200 yards. Then he started throwing for over 200 yards. Then it was garbage yards. Then it was like, oh, he couldn't carry it. Then he got number 1 receiver and was top 5 in every statistic after getting that number 1 receiver. He was on pace for 6,000 yards this year. He had 3 games where he broke a record all time for passing yards in 3 consecutive, over 450. No quarterback has ever done that. The Cleveland Browns has been sorry for almost 20, 30 years. Why haven't any of those quarterbacks that's been in garbage time games thrown for 403 games in a row? Like, our fan base to start being smarter and not be listening to what Skip, because that's where they get that 6-11 thing from, Skip, because that's what he's been able on. But when do we start judging players off of 17 games? When the quarterbacks start getting paid off of 17 games? Last time I checked, you look at the whole body of work. So I'm just confused. Like, they got to stop with these fake narratives they keep creating. And now what I'm starting to think, I mean, the way I'm looking at it, Dak has to be good because when you good, they going to hate on you. They going to find a reason to hate you. So they just really showing how good he really is.
Yeah, OC, what you got? Cowboy ball.
I mean, Geach, you killed that point, man. It's kind of very difficult to follow.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. Dak Prescott
real quick,
is a
though, can I
perennial
push
leader.
Geach a little bit? I just want to push Geach just a little bit, just real quick, OC. Because some people say, right, they'll say, Geach, why couldn't Dak carry his team? You know what I'm saying? Like, Dak should have carried them. What's your thoughts on that?
Carry them in which year? I mean, I guess they
just
talk
period,
about
just on just all the boo-boo that I just posted.
Well, no player is ever going to carry a team. Like, yeah, he may carry them for a drive or a few plays, but he still needs his line to block. He still needs his receiver to get open to catch the balls. Like, it's a working machine that goes together. Like, now if one part's not working, the rest is not going to work. Like, no quarterback carries a team. Tom Brady always had an elite defense, great coaching, receivers, tight ends that could get open. Peyton Manning had number 1s, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne. We could keep going down the line of all the great quarterbacks. All of them had weapons, and all of them had at least a decent running game. And the ones that's elite that don't have a running game, they usually struggle, like Aaron Rodgers did. That's why they got Aaron Jones and started running the ball more. Like, you have to have all of those things for a quarterback. Plain and simple. Like, let's stop acting like a quarterback has to carry a team, because there's no such thing as that.
OC, what you got? Geach, again, you killed it, bro. I mean, it's really not a lot more to say to that. It's just the fact that I think the biggest thing is that you said it's a team sport, right?
Yeah.
And so here's the deal. When you take more risks because you're playing from behind, then, yeah, you're going to throw more interceptions because you have to take risks and you have to try to force the ball because you're trying to come back, right? 6-11, man, listen, I don't know, man. You got bad defenses. You got different things that happen, right, in the process of the season and of the games. If you have a historically bad defense, historically, you're not going to have a quarterback that plays low interceptions that throws low interceptions, because that quarterback is playing from behind. So he has to force the ball. He has to take risks in order to get you a chance to win some of those games. And so that's what I would say about the interceptions. But Dak is fantastic, man. If they clean up that defense, keep the core together, clean up the offensive line, they'll be in great position going into 2021.
Yeah, I think Michael Evans hit it the best, which sums up what Geechee said the best. They're always moving the goalposts when it comes to Dak. That's all it is. It's just moving the goalposts. And then a lot of stuff, it's not even about a lack of understanding. It's just piling on anything that becomes a negative narrative that sticks. They're just gonna repeat it. It don't matter if you disprove it. It don't matter if you put up the best comparisons to show that it's a silly theory. It don't matter if you show them blatantly that it's a lie. It don't matter. At this point, Dak is like dealing in politics. It's one side. It's generally no in between. People gonna treat this like they treat their presidents now. If they rock with you, they with you. If they're against you, they're against you, and it's very rarely any changing. That's where we are.
Right.
At this point, because Dak has moved over all the sincere doubters, all the people that sincerely doubted, that got him. Like, I remember it was one time my friend that's watching the show right now, Joe Citrino, even my partner JD from Carter, that's my boy. They had sincere doubts. Like, I don't know, boss. Like, I don't know. Romo set a high bar, and they was like, I'm not sure if he hit that. And it wasn't even just Romo. It was just, I'm not convinced. But over the last 17 games, all the people that was waiting on the lead performance, they over. So at this point, the people that make this type of stuff, they fall into 3 R's. And I already talked about the 3 R's. It's they fall into the I said 3 is 4 R's. They either in a Romo coat, they're either remedial, they're either influenced by reporters like Skip Bayless, or the racists. Those are the 4 R's at this point that don't like that. That's the only people that's left. The remedials, the Romo coat members, they just can't let it go because they're in the Romo coat. The people that's influenced by the reporters, or the racists. It's the 4 R's. That's the only people that like spread this type of stuff. That's it. That's it. So we're gonna deal with those. That let you know we're gonna see them. They're not going anywhere. That go win a Super Bowl and they still go hate him. And my boy JD, man, say, listen, man, man, I want to celebrate. Sometimes you got to celebrate. My boy JD said, yeah, boss, Dak made me a believer. That's my boy. He would never say that, bro, unless Dak did it. I know JD. I'm talking about grew up with him. You know what I'm saying? It's some people, they was like, I just want to see more. He moved all of them over. They already with us now. For real. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be like, I already knew. Boss, he knew, you didn't. I don't care when you finally came over. You here. You know what I'm saying? My boy Law in the house, man. I'm always kick a shout out when I see another king in the building. My partner Law. What's up, Law?
What's up,
man.
Law?
So real quick, just want to take a quick comment. My boy William Kill say, once Dak signs with Chevy, it's a wrap. He gone.
That's funny.
Yeah, man. Say, man, so it's just what it is when it comes to that Dak stuff. We gonna deal with them, man. We gonna deal with them. I want y'all to keep a lookout. I got a fire video that's coming. I want to release it. But you know me, I'm not gonna release it till it's ice water. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. I gotta release it when it's right. But it's gonna be a super informative. I'll fully break down what really is getting ready to happen with the television revenues. And a lot of people know it's coming, but they don't know how, and they don't really get it. I'm breaking it down where you go get it and really get it. And I'm gonna just tease you and tell you something. I'm gonna let out a good part of it that's important. One good part of it that you gotta know. Take notes on this, right? And I'm gonna prove this when you see the video, and obviously we're gonna talk about it all week. 40 million by 2023 is gonna only account for about 9 to 10% of the cap, and I'm gonna prove it. So all the people that's saying, because it's even some people that's sincerely mad about 40 million because they saying that's gonna kill a team. We can't build a defense because you paid Dak 40 million, and they scared. And I ain't mad. Sometimes your fear is based on ignorance. Like it's not based on, it's an illusion. It's not real. So we go show this is illusion. And as an illusion, you ain't got to worry about it. We're good. And so just stay on the lookout for that video. I'm going to release that. All right. Another thing to stay on the lookout for tomorrow, I'm doing a show with my boy West Coast. So y'all come back to the channel about 8 o'clock Central. We interviewing Roy Williams. So this is going to be the second time West Coast and I interviewed Roy Williams. Okay. It's going to be spicy. If you want to know what a player thinks when it comes to contracts, he's going to tell you. Okay. I spoke with him before. I know how he is at this point, and we're going to have to recap. You know what I mean? I'm going to have some follow-up questions from the last time we talked, Mr. Williams. I got some questions for you. So, but tune in for that, you know, and make sure y'all also support, you know, all the people you see, especially us. Of course of us, man. We put in a whole lot of work today. So, OC, what you got to tell the people about the support, my brother?
Cowboy, right? So $ Boss Cowboy. So that's how you're going to support us. We're going to want to continue to push out great content, do more shows, have more guests, do all those things, but we can't do all that without you guys' support, okay? So we want to pump content, and hey, the more you guys support us, the more we're able to do that, all right? Go to Dallas Cowboys and also like, share, and subscribe. Facebook, also on YouTube, and tell your friends and your family, okay? Let them know. Jump on the show. You know, get in the chat. We'll answer your questions, and we love you. We appreciate you.
Right on. Geach, what you got to say about following us as well as following yourself, my brother? My boy Geach done fell off the cow, man. That's all right. That's okay. So, yeah, man. So, I tell you what. I really appreciate everybody coming out and also listening to the show. And obviously, from Final Thoughts, we always want to conclude by making it be known that we're loyal. That's the number one thing you're going to hear. My boy OC, he stepped out on a limb today with his thoughts on Russell Wilson. But the heart of it was that he was being loyal. The heart of it was like, I believe that they're not going to re-sign Dak, so get aggressive about the solution. That's still being loyal. A lot of people didn't want to hear that. A lot of people didn't want to hear that, but I understood his heart in it.
Truth.
Yeah, I understood his heart in it. It was truth.
Truth.
You know, based on how he's seeing it. But that's loyal.
Sometimes we got to think like a GM too, though, you know? We got to put our GM hat on sometimes.
Right on. Sometimes you got to put it on, Geach. That's right. And so we're not devoted. So we're not going to tell you stuff just because it's going to make you hit the like button. Sometimes you go hate what we're saying, but at least you know it's something that I'm really considering. So we're loyal versus devoted. We'll never apologize for it. We love y'all. And y'all definitely enjoy all the love that this day is meant for.
Like, share, subscribe, grow the show, baby. Big things coming.
Big things coming.
Appreciate y'all, boy. Every time y'all let me come on here, man, for real. I appreciate y'all, Cowboy Nation. Like, BCS family, let's do this, man, for real.
Man, we doing this. See, let me tell y'all something. Y'all getting ready to see Mr. Geach a whole lot more. We got that boy Buddha. Don't worry about him. He out in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it is. You know, he just out the streets. You know, when you see Buddha, he's supposed to be in, but you ain't gonna see him because he actually out in the streets. So, no, man. But that's it, man. We out of here, man. Peace.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Shout out Sean. Sinatra.